Hello and welcome back to another edition of AEW Out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debate. Another big show today on AEW. Some big matches like Ricky Starks v Darby Allin, Chris Jericho v Isaiah Cassidy, and Jon Moxley versus an opponent of Eddie Kingston's choosing. So let's get straight into it. Did kick off with Darby Allin v Ricky Starks. The match started with both men going for submissions early on. Allin went to work on the Ricks where Starks reached out to the ropes. Back in the ring, Starks laid into Allin with his boot. Darby then countered and hit a running sunset flip bomb before Ricky Starks managed to reach the ropes to hit a stunt dog. Starks then hit back on the spear in midair, wiping on Allin into the turnbuckle. It looked like Ricky Starks wanted to hit an avalanche rumbo, but Allin countered for the win. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Really good match to start off the show and I enjoyed it. He then returned to AEW Dynamite and was out in the ring. Cody said that he didn't want to face Brody in a dog collar match before he changed his mind and said he did. This led to Mr. Brody Lee coming down to the ring and both men had to be separated by security and it went on for ages. Not going to lie, it felt a bit over the top, so I'm only going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. Up, it was FTR versus SCU for the tag team titles. Harwood and Kazarian started off. Leapfrog from Kazarian dropped onto Wheeler after the tag was made. Put SCU on top early on. Harwood then dumped Sky out of the ring and hit Kazarian with his German suplex. So FTR were on top early on. And it then looked like SCU were going to close in on the tag team titles before Tully Blanchard held onto Sky's foot so that Wheeler could get the free. And that was it afterwards. 6.75 out of 10. Really enjoyed this match. And FTR and SCU were just so good together and that just proved it here. Up, it was Chris Jericho versus Isaiah Cassidy. He went straight after Chris Jericho straight away. Jericho looked stunned before he finally managed to gain control of the match when Ortiz took a cheap shot when the referee's back was turned. Ever since then, he was pretty much on top. Cassidy got on top, however, and headed to the top rope and launched himself at Jericho, but he caught him with a Judas effect in a cool spot to end the match. This really put Jericho over, to be honest. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, and Cassidy, he looked good as well. Next up, Orange Cassidy was out to face the Dark Order's 10. The match didn't last very long. Orange Cassidy got going and there was no stoppage him. He caught him with an orange punch and then the air raid crash for the win. And that's pretty much all we got. I kind of expected a bit more. Orange Cassidy's entertaining, so I'll give it a 6.25 out of 10. Backstage, MJF gave all members of the Inner Circle an Inner Circle t-shirt except for Sammy. Sammy got annoyed. MJF left. They had a bit of an argument. And then we went on to Dr. Britt Baker versus Red Velvet. Britt Baker started the match well, but Red Velvet stormed Coulter with a high kick into a bulldog. Britt Baker locked in a hammer lock and took Red Velvet down with a clothesline. And it was as good as over when Britt Baker hit a swing net breaker for the win. 6.25 out of 10. I kind of expected a bit more from this, but just to get Baker back in action, it served its purpose, I suppose. Our main event, it was Jon Moxley versus The Butcher, who blindsided him and dominated early on. Moxley got on top with a suplex from the top rope and was finally getting a foothold in the match, but before Butcher got on top again. However, Jon Moxley hit a paradigm shift out of nowhere for the win. This was a good match. Good for the Butcher to get over a bit. Good for Moxley to still get the win. 6.75 out of 10. You can't really complain. Overall, AEW this week gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. A fairly good show. It's just a typical show building towards a pay-per-view, really. Nothing too spectacular, but nothing awful as well. Just a consistent good show from All Elite Wrestling. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your comments in the comment section down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.